Hey guys, we are at the doorstep of war number 4 up against Iron Maiden. These guys were the old TMV1, Amon Ra. They keep getting docked in the past and then changing their IGNs and their alliance. So hopefully this is a good, clean matchup. But I'm going to walk you through my fights. I've got this Maw on armor. He is stubborn, and they're running the stubborn tactic. But I'm going to be using Quake and just do parry style. And then I've got this Sparky here, who's also stubborn on Rage, very common placement, very dangerous placement for the attacker. And then Tigra here with Aggression Prowess and Unblockable L2. And then I'll also be taking this Killmonger here with Crumbling Armor. I'm going to be using Dr. Doom with the Mr. Fantastic synergy so that I can armor break him. And then there's a look at Mini Island, but don't anticipate taking any of those fights. So going to go ahead and join up with my team. I'm going to be using 2 attackers this war, Dr. Doom for just a couple fights, and Quake. The only fight I'm really worried about is that Sparky fight, actually. Some really good players in BG3 have fallen to that fight, and because of Sparky's base attack, and the enhancement that he gets from those fury buffs from Rage, that can be a really difficult fight if he evades or if you mess up or whatever. So, all right, so I'm going to be going in here with Quake, as I mentioned. And again, he is defensive, so he does benefit from stubborn. It's got aggression armor. I'm just going to Quake this parry style. Parry style, I can avoid him becoming destructible a lot. Quake's natural evades will not trigger stubborn, so you can still back yourself into a corner, and then from that point I just switch into parry style. So I'm just going to try to those were the natural evades from the concussion, or from the aftershock concussion, but yep, just going to try to land as many parries as I can. And I don't know, that's about it. I do accidentally manually dex there, so I need to make sure that I'm able to block an attack before my aftershock cycle pops up. But very quick and easy fight there. Alright, now I'm changing my masteries for this Sparky fight. I could have Quaked it very easily, but instead I chose to do Dr. Doom. Here's a look at the masteries. 0 points in offense because I don't want to be triggering Rage. And I don't have any in Mystic Dispersion either because I want to make sure that I can stay at my SP1 to nullify his rage buffs. But you guys see there, right away, just because of Sparky's health pool, he every time I touch him, he gets a fury buff from rage. So my mastery idea didn't really work. And here's the reason that I chose Dr. Doom over Quake. Basically, right, if you mess up with Quake once and he gets off a combo, he's going to kill you, most likely. And, his SP1, for example, if I were to screw that up, I would be stunned. So I thought going in that Dr. Doom was just safer because he's super tanky. I'll be able to control his rage buffs at will with my SP1. I can nullify them, or at least up to 3 of them. So that was the idea. And here we're a minute into this fight, and I'm like, I can't believe how long this fight is taking. So everything is pretty safe at this point. I do make a tactical mistake. I think the way to take this fight with Doom, if you don't have Quake as an option, or if you just feel safer with Doom, is just to stay at your SP1 the entire fight. Don't worry about the damage. I think at this point, I'm a minute and a half in against Sparky, and he's only down 50%. We have 5-minute timers, so it's totally fine. I'm at a very, very fair pace, but for whatever reason, I'm like, man, this damage isn't doing enough. I need to get to an SP2 so I can end this fight, which again, I did not need to do. And here's where things get a little uglier. I'm going to throw off my SP3. Obviously, the damage is going to be capped here at 2.5%. So the SP3 isn't going to do anything except give me a Fury and stun him. And then I'm going to go into my Doom cycle here. and take a look at his stun. The passive stun wears off. He evades my basic attack because he's under 50%. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I just died. I just died for a very, very stupid reason. I desperately throw off my SP1, but because his suit AI is active, he automatically evades it. And for whatever reason, I get super lucky. He turtles up. I applied the shock because he hit me. There's basically a perfect example of why Dr. Doom's signature ability is so valuable. On contact, he can inflict shock. And I'm able to regain control of this fight. At this point, I'm just like, all right, I'm going to play this super, super safe the rest of the way. No need to risk anything. I'm just going to parry, medium, heavy until he's dead. And I don't know. I mean, that was definitely the luckiest that I've been in an Alliance War fight in a long time. I don't know for sure if he would have killed me because upon rewatch, he didn't have any rage or rage furies when he had that SB3. I think he actually might have had one, but then it got nullified. So I don't know. Totally freaked out. I literally gasped a sigh of disappointment because I was certain that I had just given up my first death of the season, but was able to survive with some pretty extreme luck there. So this fight is, Tiger is pretty dangerous in general. So I was definitely not. I wasn't super confident, especially after that Sparky fight. I was a little bit shaken, but yeah, I just want to get to my SP3 here, and then I'll put her in the Doom cycle, and then she's not going to have any chance to survive that. So I did throw on the invulnerability boost, which I used in this fight, as you guys saw, but also because I have that Killmonger fight coming up next, and because of his built-in crit resist and all that stuff, I know that I'm going to need to get off an intercept to do damage in that fight. And you guys will see how slowly that fight goes if you just try to ignore the ebb and flow intercept aspect of the node. So throw on the invulnerability boost. That'll give me a couple chances to get off intercepts. And I'm not going to immediately go for intercepts, but when I do go for intercepts, I'm going to be going for light intercepts only. And I'll kind of explain to you what I mean if you're not sure what that is. Basically, instead of doing, charging into them in the middle of the screen, just hoping that they're going to charge into you, I do something like that. So I'll go into a little mini combo. I won't finish my combo. I'll back up. And then instead of rushing back in, like backing up and then charging back in with a medium, I'll back up and just tap the light attack screen. So, tap my light attack. That's a lot safer because if you whiff on that, you still have time to recover. So that's a good skill to learn if you guys, aren't super comfortable with that right now. Try to get familiar with the light attack intercept mid-screen because it's so much safer. But I did lose my invulnerability boost. I'm not super concerned with that right now. I'm able to get to my SB3. And, at this point, basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm just focusing on building up my Fury buff here. I'm not worried really about the damage quite yet, so I'm going to do regular Doom cycle. I cut it short because I was already up to my SP1. And then here I'm going to block, and I was going to reparry, but he throws the heavy, and I just wanted to keep his power topped off there so that I could, get maximum return from my Doom cycle here. This, I believe, is going to be the second Fury for me. And then here in a bit, I am going to, I'm going to drain his power here in a second, but I am going to try to get off a light attack intercept so I can smoke him. But I need to bait out a special attack first. I don't want to try to intercept him, when he has power, because that's why I didn't rush in there, because I wanted to get the parry off, to get the indestructible off from Stubborn. And now I'm going to try to get a light attack intercept. I get it. And yeah, now I can just get to my SB3. It's going to do full damage because I got his protection off from the light attack intercept. And yeah, at this point, the fight is over. It was really just about making sure that I could get that intercept off before I threw that SP3. And this SP1 is going to kill him. So overall, good fight. I made that mistake early in the fight where I lost my indestructible. But yeah, pretty long fight too. But that ended up being it for the war for me. Pretty decent war. I got so incredibly lucky against that Sparky. But I'm fortunate. I haven't died yet, and I want to keep it that way. We lost this war. MAIDE cleared with 5 deaths only. So I guess that's impressive. I don't know. Here are the cards. We have Sire. Dreamin got the gold card, and Bren from BG3 with the platinum card. Great war to you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like and a comment. I'll see you in the next one.